Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 28, day 2 of the week, Tuesday, July 12th, 2016. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market, see what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, let's take a look and jump into the econ data for today. Not much to report. A couple red book jolts. Wholesale trade up this morning at 10 o'clock, showing just a slight decrease there from our previous number. But again, it's been all about Fed speakers this week. One James Bullard this morning, and we got two tonight. Who knows how that will set the evening markets. All right, here we are, week 28, day 2 of the week. Very light week here, 10 setups, 140 ticks net. Not much to talk about, a little bit more than the usual average setups there. 10 setups, just trying to knock out a couple here. 2 ticks, 10 ticks, 11 ticks. Really the winner of the day was the ES and the YM. Missing that nice big move yesterday, that was payback to get at least a nice piece today. All right, where are we? Price action overnight. It seems like the overnight session is where it's at. Again, you don't have those market internals to help you on those setups. But again, watching that T350, looking for the setups above it, and then on the higher time frames, multiple time frames, higher time frames in the green, 5 charts in the green, still heading upside. So where's this amazing move that we're going to see? We're leaving daily gaps open behind us, and we're reaching to all these highs. I mean, is the average trader just pushing it up, or are we just trying to ride the train? I think we're riding the train there. Posted today, tweeting out, retweet there. There's your influx of the market. Taking a look at the central banks. That's right, from the Fed to the Bank of Japan. Everybody over in Europe putting and throwing that money here in 2016, lifting this market up to all-time highs. So we'll take a look at where the probability is that we keep upside, or where we might look for a turnaround today or next week or tomorrow. Take a look at the whole entire picture today. Hey guys, when I could squeeze the whole entire market into one screenshot there, you could say we were range bound again. Best move of the day right here in the center on the YM and the ES. Buy signal on 5 charts in the green, 5 charts in the green, and NQ again had a nice little move here. A little scalp entry maybe to the downside, but again, the rest of the session was just up and down and up and down. And truth be told, guys, there were some nice golden setups with 5 charts in the red, and where did it go? It went nowhere, and you might have taken a loss on that, but hey, that's trading. Sometimes you got the setup, you place a trade, and it doesn't go your way. You got to be ready for those. There's no 100% strategy, no 100% success rate on any strategy out there. Of course, if you're going for one tick, maybe. There's the setup on the NQ and the ES today, getting that nice move upside again. Waited for the price action to be above the T350. Doesn't mean I have to go for the buy signal. It means I have to wait for trend to pass my setup. And there it was. There was the setup above the T350, riding in the YM and the ES upside for a combination of 37 plus 29 ticks to the upside. Only one major NQ setup to talk about to the downside here on that sell signal I was just mentioning as the counter trend here. Again, you don't have as many charts in sync, but you do over here. You got 1, 2, and you have a price action underneath the 51.44. There it is. It was red, enough for one off and one stop at break even, and that was the call. Take a look at the AD line as price action upside today. Here we see price action to the upside, AD line upside. There was that lift to the upside, and we just continue to climb. So there it is, that central bank infusion of cash into the market. The Treasury bonds today not with good news out today, and price action at the end of the day just rebounding, coming back down to the daily pivot. Looking at, I'm not just going to go ahead and jump into tomorrow. I think the market being where it's at, we'll take a look here with an AD line coming back to the downside sell-off at the end of the day. I think we're thinning out here at the tops. Again, what I think and what's on the charts are two different things. So we'll kind of get a feeling here. Are we at a moment where we might get a pullback here? You put the equation together, but in the end, those charts open up tomorrow. You got to be ready for both directions, whichever way we go. So it was crude upside as we headed to tomorrow with the crude report, getting a little bit of a push up here. Price action shifting to the sideways here around the average high. So crude holding up above the Globex high in today's open. So in the long trend for today, again, the rest of the market, ES, YM, and NQ. NQ really getting battered up today. NQ pretty much the high was the Globex high. Really the magnet here being today's open and finishing right underneath the 25-minute open range low. The ES up here around R3 setting a high today and pretty much finishing up around the 25-minute open range high. Just pretty much setting a low down here. And YM, again, coming almost down to the cab levels and forming today's low 1 hour open range low, coming back up to today's open and finishing and zoning out at the 25-minute open range high. Yeah, we got those open gaps all the way down. Take a look. There's the daily gap, and daily gap, really never coming anywhere close to closing those out. Hey, how did we do on those fib levels today? Yeah, there it was. NQ barely being able to get anywhere. Nice strong Heikin Ashi bars. You know, we could see the sessions here after the post-Brexit vote and then the reaction back to the upside as the market's been holding up here. But again, indecision on the NQ, not looking good here. But YM and ES, again, nice strong candle here to the upside. Somewhat of a indecision here, but did close out the fib targets upside with a open trend indicator of long position today. We held long, but pretty much stayed flat for most of the session. How do we do on those daily gaps? So we are leaving daily gaps behind, and this is one of the, as I get into tomorrow's market and where we might be headed this week. Again, very little volume, as we'll see here soon. Well, I shouldn't say very little volume, but decreasing volume or just right at average. Price action, again, lifting. So regardless, we have open gaps below, way below, that we can see back down here at 1860. That's right. I'm telling you that the ES will eventually come down to 1860.75. But for now, as long as for whatever reason you think this market is holding up, I can tell you that price action will eventually come down and close these out. Right now, the probability is not greater, it's less, but when market starts to turn around like we see there on an AD line at the end of the session, if we continue into tomorrow with an AD line downside, we might actually end up continue to come down and close these out. But until then, no go. But those are open. Keep that in mind. Mark them on your chart. The gap being where the close, not the close, but where the high of the previous session was. Mark them on the chart, and you know that we'll close them out eventually at some point. Again, crude doing and take care of its business. Not much to talk about except open upside gaps up here at 55.41. Just another line of interest. But here we have the NQ up here, closed out today's gap, 45.80.50, which has been sitting there for a while. And we got one more up here at 46.43.50. Let's take a look at the VPOX. How we doing? Closed out 2 on the YM today. NQ, nice profile on the NQ today. So very much inside range day value building here. So love a day where sometimes we just have to do that. And not much trend, but at least price action forming some value here. Again, same thing on the ES. Not much to the upside, but plenty of business downside. So there's another sign to me that perhaps we're showing some slowing down here at the highs. Again, crude up here as we get into tomorrow. 600-day VPOC 48.30. So bouncing off the lows, taking care of former day VPOCs. Do we have room to come to the downside? Yes, keep that in mind. We do have open gaps that still remain downside. That's on our daily gap chart, which includes VPOCs as well. Let me go back to that daily gap chart where you can see there it is. 40.24 and 37.90. Yep, crude will eventually come back down there. All right, let's jump into the daily trend as we take a look at the big picture on the charts here. Crude again with a very nice overnight move. That was it. Buy signal upside. Again, minor pullbacks. If you're trading this overnight session or pre-market, you had solid body tail up after a soft pullback on the two soft pullbacks here. Solid Heikin Ashi bar upside. Put you in the long, and there was the best of the session here out of buy signal. I might have waited until I got above the T350, but again, no golden standard setup where we get the crossover. We're above the T350. We got our charts in sync, so crude a little bit challenging to trade on this strategy here today. Take a look at the YM again. There was that YM entry to that was early entry. That was pre-market, an overnight session. Here was the move at the beginning of the session right there. Little couple ticks up, but again, pull back here. Again, you could draw your fib retracements. You can draw your fib line, fib extensions. most likely hit a lot of those levels. So you got a fib retracement. You take the low of the low to where price action ended up pulling back, which was about 38%. You go ahead and draw yourself a fib extension, and what you got is once price action, that's right, once price action pulls back upside on the buy signal, you shoot for the fib target 1, and that's exactly where we pretty much zoned out for today. Simple. Point A, point B, point C. Your stop is here. Your buy signal is here. You go for the fib target. You ride it up. What did we do today? We rode it up to around fib target 1 and pulled back. So nice move on the YM. Again, A, B, C. The low of the low to the high of the high. Pull back. Stops down here. Entries here. Price action to the upside. Nice move on the YM with how many? That's right, 5 charts in the green. Beauty. All right, NQ again. NQ is a challenge today. Didn't play well in the market today. Price action again. Pre-market was nice. Here you are, 5 charts. First, you got a buy signal here on 4 charts in the green. Then a pullback break above the T350. That's your overnight move. There's the setup pre-market. Price action with just the other 2 indices moving nicely. NQ just could not get anything going here. You got Globex high, you got London, you got the London session high here too sitting, and price action not able to really push above. Again, you might have taken an entry, you might have gotten stopped out, ouch, but you got to sit back and wait back for your entry to the downside, a little scalp entry, and there it was, not really being able to get anything going the rest of the session. So NQ pretty much flattened out. Again, like I said at the beginning, sell signal here looked great to the downside. You could take a higher risk entry on not as many charts. Here you have a sell signal, and I showed that to you. That was one of the entries on the charts. But you got 1 here, you got 2 charts, you got 3 charts. You don't have all charts in seeing. Doesn't mean you can't take the setup, just means higher risk. And not much, 11 ticks, but 11 ticks is 11 ticks. All right, taking a look at the ES price action again here. Overnight session, nice move to the upside. There was the good and solid move up to the upside on the ES. Again, entry above the T350, a little bit beyond from the crossover. You got 5 charts in the green and finishes up at the highs. Take a look, and again, you can do the same thing here. Again, fib extensions, fib retracements, whatever line you're using, but you saw how I used it there on the YM. Take a look at the gold again to the downside. Gold, nice move to the gold. There's your sell signal, a couple indecision bars, stop at the swing size, and bang, you're to the downside. How do we do on the fib extension? Once price action moved on, you got yourself an A, a B, and you got yourself a C point, and there's the sell signal to fib target number 1. Nice move on the gold. Take a look at the 6E. Again, euro to the downside, holding underneath the T350. Nice move here. 1, 2, 3, at least 4 charts in the red. Price action again here. 5 charts in the red. Might have gotten you caught here. It depends on where you take that first contract off. But again, I love the initial crossover or any bars after that. Got to always watch the pullbacks, and then price action usually should have a sell signal here, but you can visualize and see that you had a lot of charts to the red, so not a bad move here at the end. All right, taking a look as we move forward again, what we've been talking about. Take a look at the daily big pick. Crude again, we've been mentioning how it is in a slump here, but again, getting a nice lift for the first resistance right there, T350. We want to watch that as we sit in between the 50 and 144. Watch VPOCs, watch daily gaps, watch that intraday trend. Always be ready in both directions. So resistance here, resistance 144, and resistance on the daily 50, and match that with the intraday setup both directions. Taking a look as we move upside, again, that daily gap that we've been talking about, that waning that I feel that might be coming on. And I'm looking at the 4-hour chart. I'm noticing the 4-hour chart right now a little bit flat there. Indecision bars, 2 indecision bars. So that's 8 hours of trading, not knowing where to go. You saw that in a range setting. So we're not going anywhere on that NQ yet. Now, could it pull up like we saw here on the ES 2 days ago or over the weekend? Yes, we can. Sunday open into Monday. So indecision bars, and then we get the lift. So that could happen as long as we stay as in the guaranteed uptrend here, as 50 is still above the 144, dashed line above the yellow. Taking a look at the lines up here on the daily charts, we're well above the 50 and the 200. Again, volume a little bit subpar the last couple days with all this lift. That has me a little concerned, but again, trend is trend, and you got to trade the charts in front of you. But sometimes difficult to watch, and knowing that the pullback hasn't come yet. But will it come? I can't tell you when. I can tell you if it does. Watch for those 50-period moving averages down below. Watch for those open gaps. watch for those open gaps to be closed as a level of interest. And as we head up to the all-time highs here, YES pushing way above, and YM almost there at 18,324, and NQ closing out today's gap and now upside at all-time high 68.50. All right, let's take a look at a couple charts here. Let's take a look at the SPX as price action on the SPX still upside. Nice moving on the index here. T3 moving averages holding above the 51.44 here on a 4-hour chart, so very strong. Let's take a look at the VIX as we move in. VIX again here, T3 moving averages looking at, let's move down. There's that range low. Want to watch that 9.3, but again, as the VIX heads down, you can see price action kind of slowing down here as on the 4-hour chart, we've crossed trend downside. So can you trade that VIX? Absolutely, you can trade that VIX. How do you get in on that action? Let's get right over to the long-term charts. There's our SPY. Actually, let's look at the SPY first. Before we get over to the VIX here, you have price action to the upside. T3 moving averages crossing upside, both on the 50 and 100 tick. Pullback on the 15-minute chart, holding above the 5,200. We are green all around. So based on futures, ETFs, you can get it on the action. Again, you always see the pullback here that we had almost a week ago, or a week and a half ago, and then you watch for the pullback entry right here, break above the T350, and you got yourself a long on the ETF. So nice way to get in, not only on a future, but on the ETF as well. If you wanted to trade that VIX, there it is. There's the opportunity you saw on a 50 tickets. Price action cross downside both on the 3 intraday charts here on the left-hand side, supported by the move on the longer-term charts as price action holds underneath the T350 on a 4-hour. So an opportunity to trade the ETF as well as price action heads underneath the 50. Always a nice way to get back in. Watch the pullback and then price action on the 3 charts here to the downside. Let's take a quick look at Amazon today. Is Amazon making some nice moves there? Opportunities. We talk about Amazon. There it is to the upside. Price action, there's their whole day session there on Amazon as they have their Amazon Prime today. Again, pullback, opportunity, pullback, and then break above the T350, break above 15-minute chart, back upside in a trend that we know is all green, holding above T350. We already know what the bigger trend is as we hold above the 50 and the 200 here on both the daily and the weekly. So now, 4-hour chart, I'm upside. I see the opportunity here on Amazon after a pullback. Upside 50, upside 100. Watch that 15-minute. We'd love to get above the 50 EMA. And then watch for the resistance here on the 100 tick, but nice possible opportunity to get here at the lows of Amazon as we hold upside. Again, we'll have to watch for overall market condition as well, but nice opportunity on the pullback on Amazon. All right, I think that's all I wanted to cover today on the market cap leaders, VIX and the SPY. We'll take a look at some of the other charts this week as well. All right. Looking ahead, multiple Fed speakers still up on the platform, EIA as well as we head into Friday. A couple Red Star events. Again, and I mentioned there it is, that influx of central bank infusion. So we hold at the highs. Do we go higher? We can. We watch the open gaps. We watch the intraday charts for the highest possible trend opportunities. That concludes today's daily trend. Feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My trading mantra of one simple strategy: any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at TradingFibs. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only trade what's in front of me on my charts. And as always, leave your bias at the door when trading. Have yourselves a Blue Zone day wherever you may be. Good day, good night. As we head into tomorrow, good trading.